Mr. Speaker, reshaping and enhancing our relationship with CARICOM countries. Sir, the events of the last few months have indicated the clear need for us to engage with CARICOM in a more sustained manner. It is to be recalled that it is Guyana, under the visionary leadership of Lyndon Forbes Samson Burnham, who had the foresight to understand that as a region, we either integrated or we would perish. And thusly, we became a founding member of CARICOM and a driving force behind regional integration. Mr. Speaker, it has to be recalled as well that it was in response to Guyana's strength and stature in CARICOM that Venezuela established a foreign policy position to disrupt Guyana's influence and relationships within CARICOM. And these resulted in initiatives such as the Petro-Caribbean. Mr. Speaker, we strongly recommend that without delay, we have envoys actively working in the capitals of CARICOM member states, representing our interests and providing regular feedback to Tacuba Lodge. Guyana must never, Mr. Speaker, have to urge unequivocal statements of support from CARICOM leaders. Mr. Speaker, it is regrettable that the High Commission in Trinidad and Tobago, established under the David Granger-led administration in 2017, has been downgraded to a consulate. The stated objective of establishing this High Commission was explained by then Foreign Minister, the Honorable Carl Greenidge, and it was, I quote, "With the strengthening and deepening of our bilateral relations with Trinidad and Tobago, as well as furthering our bilateral ties with the other island states of the Caribbean community." End of quote. Mr. Speaker, I urge this government not to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but appreciate the strategic importance of a High Commission in Trinidad and Tobago and forthwith reestablish same. Mr. Speaker, I am strongly of the view that the deficient Argyle Declaration is the reflection of our failure to continuously engage with CARICOM. And whilst Guyana welcomes the undertaking by Venezuela not to use force against Guyana, it must be noted, sir, that as we speak, Venezuela is proceeding with the passage of their organic law for the defense of what they call the Guyana-CARICOM. Indirect violation of this Argyle Agreement. Where is the outrage? Mr. Speaker, Venezuela continues to distribute maps with our Essequibo including it, and there is deafening silence. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency the President has assumed the chairmanship of CARICOM, and I know that regional food security is high on the agenda. And we agree, Mr. Speaker, that Guyana does have the ability to lead the way in this regard and can truly become the breadbasket of the Caribbean. But I want to submit to us here today, Mr. Speaker, that Guyana must first become the breadbasket for Guyanese. Mr. Speaker, at the moment it is not. According to the Caribbean Food Security and Livelihood Survey, which was published in January 2023, it is estimated that 56% of Guyanese are moderately or severely food insecure, which is higher than the regional average. I ask this government then, how are Guyanese to play a meaningful role in the development of this country when they have to worry day in and day out, Mr. Speaker, about what they will eat? Guyanese have to worry day in, day out about what they will eat. 56% of Guyanese, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the people of Guyana are our most precious resource, and they must be the center of any developmental strategy. So, Mr. Speaker, when the Vice President accuses us of only wanting to feed the people of Guyana, we proudly say guilty as charged. Mr. Speaker, the people-centered approach to the development of Guyana that the APNU-AFC continues to adumbrate will see Guyanese being able to feed, clothe, and house themselves, and will culminate in the good life that every son and daughter of this land is entitled to, and which is only possible with this APNU-AFC coalition.